of the FA-18 Hornet just about now to execute the dirty roll. He'll roll the Super Hornet to the upright, building up speed, and then I want you to watch the 60-degree pitch-up nose.
You got quiet? You can't hear that. And then all of a sudden
watch now as the aircraft comes up and rotates 180 degrees while nearly in a flat attitude. Watch him as he straightens out, flattens the aircraft out, and watch the flat pirouette. Here we go. Hornet's engines developing 44,000 pounds of thrust and full afterburner. This allows the aircraft to sustain 8 times the normal force of gravity and turn in less than 1,500 feet. Watch now for the min-radius turn followed by a tail stand. Gives it a tremendous technical advantage. Now the Super Hornet setting up for a high-speed pass to an idle vertical climb. During this maneuver, the aircraft from the right at nearly Mach 1, demonstrating the use of speed to surprise the enemy. And if we got any moisture out there, you might notice the white vapor coming off the Hornet, indicating that it is right at the speed of sound. Keep in mind that the speed that you're going to see him come by is only half of the aircraft's capability. As he passes in front of you, Lieutenant Jason will pull the aircraft into the vertical and quickly point the jet back to the earth. I want you to watch now. The aircraft will actually get
I don't even know if I got much of this.
The sound of the aircraft. Lieutenant Jason now off to the right, pushing that throttle up, accelerating right close to the speed of sound. Ladies and gentlemen, here's the Hornet. Lieutenant Jason now locking his harness as he prepares for the next maneuver, the vertical pirouette. He's going to enter this maneuver at about 350 miles an hour. He's going to pull the jet into the vertical, roll the canopy towards us, selecting full afterburner as the airspeed slows below 120. Lieutenant Jason will perform a push-pull maneuver and set up for the vertical pirouette. This maneuver requires the aircraft to experience a very uncomfortable -3 Gs. Okay, here we go. Up we go. There's the pull. Rotates the canopy, and there's the push, -3 Gs. Now watch as the aircraft will actually swap aircraft is now setting up for a maneuver known as the square loop. Selecting afterburner as the jet approaches show center, Lieutenant Jason will rapidly reposition the nose 4 times while flying a square path through the sky. And then after exiting this square loop, he's going to execute a loaded roll, one of my favorites, to demonstrate the incredible slow speed maneuverability of the Rhino. From the left comes Lieutenant Jason in the square loop. This is the bottom side, side 1. Hard back on the stick. And full afterburner to side 2 in the square loop. Hard back again to go over the top. Inside 3. Now back on the power, back on the stick hard for the 4th and complete side of the square loop. Watch him as he exits out to the right now on the 45. Here's the Rhino's loaded roll. The nose appears to stay in place while the tail rotates around it. We'll roll the aircraft inverted and reduce the power to idle for the Super Hornet's inverted whisper pass. Here's the inverted whisper pass. Listen to the quiet. Now forward on the throttles once again as he sets up for the high alpha pass. This maneuver will showcase the incredible slow speed, nose high attitude. The 40,000-pound FA-18 Hornet remains completely controllable at less than 100 miles an hour with 2 digital flight control computers aiding the aircraft. This pass shows Center Lieutenant Jason will engage the afterburners, and you'll see the Super Hornet enter a nearly vertical climb to 3,000 feet, followed by the split S maneuver. From the left, the Super Hornet high alpha pass. The incredible pitch authority of the Super Hornet. Approaching show center now. Lieutenant Jason is going to roll the aircraft into a 90-degree angle of bank and abruptly pull away from the ground, followed by a immediate nose-high maneuver. The pitch brake demo. To the carrier is often the most dangerous part of the naval aviator's mission. Landing your aircraft at 100 30 miles an hour on a few hundred feet of floating steel is extremely challenging and a matter of great pride. I'm sure that you've probably seen the old movies, the LSO or the landing signal officer aboard a carrier with his paddles out there giving directions to the pilot on either low, slow. But now landing system, the pilot guides his aircraft to a precise location on the carrier deck. Looking for the number 3 wire. There are 4 wires out there. And he's looking for the number 3 wire. He calls the ball. They go. Roger, ball. Okay, there you heard it, just like he would be coming aboard the carrier. Now watch this, no flare. The naval and marine aviators are taught to fly the aircraft onto the flight deck of the boat. No flare, tail hook down, but of course we don't have a cable here, so the tail hook is up. And I want you to watch this no flare landing. He'll just set up a sink rate and fly it right onto the runway. Boom, and he's down. Ladies